Alright, so 4-color gates. This is an archetype we've played a couple of times on stream. We played it more early in the season, a little bit less late. I do think this deck struggles a little bit against mono blue just because this deck is kind of centered around relying one key spell a lot of the time. And against a deck full of counter spells, they're often able to stop your key spell from resolving. So without that, let's just go ahead and dive on into some matches here. Where's the play option? I think I am. So I'm not sure I like this deck enough to play it on the ladder with us caring about our rank, but I do think I like it enough and we've played it enough to go ahead and fire it off in a constructed event here. So let's go ahead and gamble a little bit. It's Friday. Let's let it all hang out. Let's let it all hang out. 4 Harpooners help mono blue in the sideboard. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Mono blue is definitely one of the better cards or Harpooner is definitely one of the better cards in the format against mono blue. I guess. How long will the color stick in my hair? I have no idea. This is my first time coloring my hair. Yeah, I don't know. Having played the other Gates iteration a lot, I think it's kind of a dog to mono blue, even in the post-board games. I'm just going to play a 4-3 here. Hey, FNC Sunshine. Thank you for the very generous tip. Oop, here's my event thing. Vraska's Contempt. Rude. Can you put this towards a Divine Visitation plus Afterlife Creatures deck of your creation? Definitely, Sunshine. Thanks for the support. Hey, look. Another 4-3. And want to catch it live? Yeah, definitely, Grindle. 10 out of 10. Happy. Why does Vraska hate knights, chat? Why does she hate knights? Although having them burned 2 contempts before we play Gates Colossus is like pretty good here. This is my 8-8. Good luck. So an Esper Artifacts deck is probably doable. Antiquities War is just not playable in this format, though, unfortunately. The number of artifacts you have to have in your deck for Antiquities War to hit consistently is just too high. Please have fun. Thanks for the 10 months. If you could do me a favor and submit the build round idea using the form on my website, I'd appreciate that. Helps me stay organized for when I'm done for the day, getting things updated. Actually, I want to block this one, right? So they don't make a token. That's interesting. Okay. Weird mix of controlling and aggressive cards in their deck. Alright, this is the part of the game where, like, Guild Summit comes down and we never run out of cards, God bless. I guess if they have Mortify, they could kill it, but, like, we've drawn enough that they're probably not catching back up. Next turn, these Gate Colossuses cost 2. Sign me up. Radiant Destiny. Thunk. Thunk. So I was gonna say that's an old meme. That's that one's almost as old as the internet. So this is a tough choice. I could kill all their stuff, or I could take it. I lied. It's not a tough choice. Yoink. You made this. I made this. Time to look at the list of Chuck Norris facts. Did someone link in the subs Discord earlier? I did not see it there. So, yes is the answer to your question. There's definitely a sweeper angel matchup. Gosh, only 2 angels in the 75 is a little greedy. I guess we have Knight of Autumn for the aggro decks. I think as good as mass manipulation was there, I actually don't want it in this matchup. I think it's a little bit slow on average. A sweeper would have been. The yoinking was funny there, but a sweeper is going to be much better early. Effect on ships captains, probably not super relevant here. Trim a Gate Colossus. Seems good. There is a deck list on your screen, as always. Well, I have all my colors. Can I keep this? Like, they mulliganed. I'm gonna be greedy. Let's just draw a sweeper. Let's just draw a sweeper. Plaza of Harmony games us 3. We're starting at 23, chat. It's fine. Everybody calm down. We're starting at 23. I think that's one of the biggest skills to learn about sideboarding. Realize that just because a card was good in your previous game doesn't make it ideal in the matchup in general. I agree, Pelly. Sideboarding adds an incredible amount of depth and complexity to Magic for reasons like that and others. So next turn, I go shock this in, play Root, draw 2 cards. Woof. That's a lot of damage. So I'm dead to another Lord. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, 2 shots at 7 sweepers. 1 shot at 7 sweepers. It's a chance to roll. Opportunity comes once in a match time. Do. Does this keep me from dying? It doesn't, right? This only gains me 10. I block 1 and then I take 15. Yikes. Oh, you know what? I punted. I should have played a forest and played this. Yeah, I could have. I didn't reassess when we drew the forest. I could have played forest, played this, and then drew 2 extra cards. Or drawn 1 extra card, right? 1 extra card. 1 extra card, chat. Oh, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. They have Martyr of Dusk. They have Martyr of Dusk. Martyr of Dusk token would have killed us. Whew. Would have died anyways. So I was actually thinking about this deck the other day, and Nivik made a donation for me to play this first thing on Monday. I think I might rebuild this deck to be base Teamer, so we can play things like Shock. I think if we get 4 copies of Shock in this deck, we could probably push the mono blue matchup into a positive range. Especially if we play like Harpooner and Shock, like be base green-red maybe. Like, can I keep this hand? I probably can't, right? It just doesn't do anything. This hand actually looks very reasonable. You have to go Gate, into Forest, into Spiral, Gruul Guildgate. Have all of our colors. Get a little velocity going on the play. Would Shock be better than Shivan Fire? No, probably not. Shivan Fire is probably better, I agree. That's something I'm going to put some thought into over the weekend. Clarion, my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. This is a sweet curve here. We get to play the Gate Colossus this turn off the tapped gate, and the next turn we get to Hydroid Krasis for 4 and draw a couple. Yikes! Alright, well I guess I want to draw an 8-8 next turn, huh? Big dumb monsters. And then we're waiting to just like draw one of our X spells here basically. We're looking to draw one of our Krasis or our what's it called? Our Guild Summit. I didn't play the gate out first because I didn't know if I wanted to return Gate Colossus the following turn or not. So I wanted to draw 2 cards that weren't Gate Colossus to make an informed decision on if I wanted to put Gate Colossus on top of my deck or not. Our draft deck seems way better than the opponent. Thanks, Burgle. Clarion, my wayward son. Do 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 do. Boo do 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 do. Gain 12, yes please. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all we got. Most casual of gain 12s. Oh no! Not parody. Not parody. What on God's green earth is that? I don't think I've ever read this magic card before. I don't think I've ever read this magic card before. The art is excellent. The art is very good. Alright, so I think I Gates Ablaze to kill this and then play this out. Because I need this to not ultimate on me next turn. Oh no! Oh no! Whew! Whew! Thank goodness we drew Sphinx's Revelation. Thank goodness we drew Sphinx's Revelation. This game was getting a little bit too close for my liking. One little, two little, three little ornithopters. One little, two little, three little ornithopters. One little, two little, three little ornithopters. Ain't got nothing on my Gate Colossus. Gates for the Timmy and all of us. Three mana plays. I mean, I technically tapped a bunch of things over here. Oh no! What are the odds the control deck that drew 40 cards can answer the board this turn? Bye, friends. Do 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 boo do 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 do. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Welcome back. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Should have known, should have known, should have known again. Boo doo 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 doo. Are 0 mana 8/8 that return themselves to play good? If so, why? Please explain. For the Rubbins. $48-point swings. Ha! Got him. Got him. Too strong. Too strong. Look at that. Ooh. We got gems. Look at us. Look at us. Making the monies. Making the monies. Slow and steady. Hope to see a Gates deck in Modern. I think there's probably going to be a Gates deck in the new non-rotating format. Modern as a whole is too fast and brutal for Gates to ever be relevant there. We are in an event because the deck quality in the unranked queue has been kind of middling. And I don't like this deck enough to play it in ranked, I don't think. So, event is kind of in the middle. Yeah, the unranked wasn't making for very good television. Which, that's my ultimate goal here, right? Is good television. So I assume we're losing Guild Summit here. If they have another discard spell, It might take root next turn. What value does Raff had in this deck? I don't know. I've been paid to play Raff, so that's what we're doing. Hey, Trickle, thank you for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, now we just need one of our infinite payoffs. There are many, many payoffs. Sphinx's Revelation. Sphinx's Revelation. Could be anything. Alright. Ramp it up. Ramp it up. Do. This deck comes back from being behind very well, just because there is an incredible number of high impact cards in our deck. Between Hydroid Krasis and Guild Summit, our deck comes back from positions like this where we're behind on board and have no cards in hand, and we just gas up right away. The power of Gates compels you. See? Come back from being very behind. Yoink.
No fire.
No steel. Not behind anymore. JK, not behind anymore. I wonder if they don't realize I can't flip him. Kind of weird that they didn't hit Angrath there. Man, this Magic game is incredibly tough. I'm gonna be one of them professional players someday, I think. Don't mind me.
No fire.
No steel. They don't hit a Thought Erasure here. Guild Summit just buries them deep in the ground. And they're already kind of buried on board, so, like, the Guild Summit's really gonna dumpster them. I suppose they could have Blue Source plus Sabotage, but then Angrath takes the Sabotage out of their hand, so... Oh, Duress also does it. Okay, so, like, we're back to a point of parity until... Well, parity, right? Like, they're dead in a couple of turns here.
No fire.
No steel. I'm gonna play this now so they can't draw a counter spell. Raff doesn't die to Ritual Izzet. Bye, friends. Is it a Negate matchup? This is probably a Negate matchup, huh? Banefire's probably not bad. Cut the Gates Ablaze. I guess, Ixalan's biting. I guess they have Thief in their deck. Maybe Gates Ablaze is good for Thief and Nikki B. Try this. I don't know if this is a Dream Eater matchup. I kind of like Knight of Autumn to, like, destroy their searches and their disinformation campaigns. This is fine. How's the pink hair been in real life? A ton of fun. Kids think the hair is really funny, and it gets smiles out of most adults too. I'm a little bit lucky in a way, right? Like a lot of people have like dress codes at their work, right? And can't do things like this. Oop. It's funny, like Thief of Sanity actually isn't that good against us, just because a lot of the cards in our deck are synergy based. Hydroid Krasis is a good take though. This hand was a little bit speculative. We require hoodies and hipster facial hair. It's funny because it's true. Alright, it's looking for a red gate here. Green gate also useful. Alright, so we can't cast any spells, so we're dead. Got it. Mistakes were made. At least put on pants. Deal Areno. This deck is the teamer control deck of my dreams. Yeah, I think in a way there's a chance this deck is probably just better. I feel like I'm gonna rebuild the Gate Shell a little bit for Monday's stream when I'm playing it for Nivik. I think there's a good chance that like being teamer based is probably where you want to be to make the mono blue and the aggro matchups better. Michael, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Grab a bunch of blue sources here. A little bit manipulative next turn, probably. See how that goes. To do a round of Vintage. I'm gonna be recording a Vintage League off stream, Chucky. So I'm gonna make time over the weekend to get cards, then record it and post it direct to YouTube. So we don't have to have a bunch of wait, so I can do other stuff in between the matches while I'm waiting for them to queue. Huh, so do I mass manipulate or do I just Banefire this? I think I'm actually just gonna Banefire this for 2. Once I drew that. This is my 8/8. Go. 2 mana 8/8. Your move. Rude. Rude. Hey, Robo Snake. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. For Gruul Domri, feel free to do what you want. Or run back another Domri build. Sounds good. He said I could play whatever I wanted, so I might look at a couple different things. Probably something combo-based, though. Yoink. Yeah, it's possible I should hold lands for Disinformation Campaign. I don't know, the problem with holding a tapped land is that, like, it makes Krasis draws worse, so it's like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. There's a chance they boarded out Disinformation Campaign against me too, just because I do have, like, a stock of low-quality cards in my deck. Like, I have a lot of high-impact cards, but I also have, like, a lot of air in the middle as well. Is this Thief of Sanity dead? What are we thinking? Nicky B, not dead, just blocked. Got it. That's incredibly unfortunate. I'll probably just take a look at the last few VSL lists. Or the last set of 5-0 lists. They're gonna yoink back their own Thief of Sanity. They yoinked it back, chat. We're just like... It's a custody battle over this poor Thief of Sanity. Everybody wants it. Yeah, they do still sacrifice it. Oh no! Oh, this kills my Colossus. That's unfortunate. I think I have to do this before Nick flips, though. Have exactly enough to kill my own boy. Sad. Womp womp. Alright, 1-1. On to the next one. Well, so far, we're both doing a whole lot of nothing. I like Drake's missing a color. Like a Phoenix deck missing a color. It could just be mono blue as well. I'm actually just going to gain 4 here for probably not aggroing them out, and Gates Ablaze will clean this away if we need to fire that off later. Okay, Discovery implies Phoenix. Are they mono blue? Something? Are they mono blue Phoenix? No, this deck tends to be very bad against mono blue. They're they're not... It looks like their deck is mono blue, but they're not... Doesn't look like the mono blue tempo deck, if that makes sense. Looks like they're maybe playing some kind of Phoenix / Dredge Mill amalgamation. I'm going to bring in these Archway Angels. I'm not really sure what they're doing, so I'm just going to swap Manip for Angel and go from there. Try and see a little bit more information about what they're doing. So far, the deck quality in this event doesn't really seem that different from just playing in the unranked queue. We're like 3 for 3. We're like 3 matches in and haven't hit a meta deck yet. Yeah, I know the Plaza would have let me growth spiral there, but I'd rather gain the life off the Plaza, I think. So I'm intentionally sequencing a turn behind so I can gain 3 off the Plaza. No, as far as I'm aware, there's no deck strength algorithm. I'm gonna play this first so we can play around Spell Pierce here. Yeah, Plaza needs 2 gates to gain life. So if I played this as my second land after playing Simic Guildgate, I wouldn't gain life. I played that out, not tapping my land specifically, because I wasn't going to use them to draw this turn. I'm just playing Gatebreaker Ram out after. I just want to use all 6 of my mana. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're doing. Maybe they're playing more of a control or mid-range deck. They haven't made any plays yet. Maybe there's a Phoenix deck with a really rancid draw. Could just be a Phoenix deck with a rancid draw. Okay, it could be a control deck on the back of Niv, maybe. It's a reasonable idea. Nope, they are in fact just playing Drakes. Okay. Sure. They have Disdainful Stroke here. Maybe I'm just supposed to play the goat out. Maybe I'm just supposed to play the goat. It's probably a little bit better. Isn't 3 summons too much? Listen, chat. You need to learn to love drawing Magic the Gathering cards, okay? Learn to love it. There's 41 cards in my deck. It's going to take us a while to deck out by mistake. Bacon Bolt. Poor little goat. Cast Ancestral Recall. You're right, it's way better than Recall. It can't get countered. Infinitely better than Recall. You're gonna Bacon Bolt the Colossus here. We'll blink the Crackling Drake and kill you. I can tell these cowards haven't played enough gates. I routinely win with less than 10 cards in my deck. God bless. Blink of an Eye is actually kind of an interesting card. Because this is a card that's like, it's a card that's a little bit of interaction early, but you can also blink your Guild Summit in the mid game to replay it, which is neat. It's an interesting line to have available to you. Dovin's Acuity. All right, here's the mono blue matchup. Could be Drake's 2 still. We're not gonna be doing a Try Hard Tuesday again. And I'm not doing it because the numbers were bad. I'm going to be not doing it just because I didn't have fun. When Magic stops being fun, take a break and play Magic in a different way. So, I have more fun working out of the deck queue than I do doing my best to try and win. Yeah, playing Magic for fun, like some kind of filthy casual. The filthiest of casuals. I think I'm gonna pass, and we're just gonna Raff inside of combat here. The queue is, that's also true. The queue is dark and full of terrors. Do you get that feeling when you play in tournaments too? Yeah, I kinda do, honestly. It's one of the reasons why I stopped playing in as many tournaments. Magic's just got a lot of variance in it. When your focus is winning, it becomes kind of frustrating to me. And when my only focus is winning, the game becomes frustrating. Raff is sweet in this matchup. 3/3 flying blocker that you can flash in at instant speed is kinda great. So I'd really like to draw an untapped land this turn so I can Krasis for 4. If I don't draw an untapped land, I am going to Krasis for 3. Just like put another blocker down. Could be a Daniel Tiger song. It definitely could be. You're not wrong. Like, play Kiki Pod only when it's at the top of the queue. I'm actually planning to play, as long as Banefire Chord stays in the queue, I'm planning to play it every week. So, I hope people who watch Modern like Banefire Chord, because I'm planning to play it once a week. Until I hate it. I'm planning to play it once a week until I hate it. So, hopefully we just keep playing it once a week. And I'm honestly impressed that I've played it 3 times now and don't hate it already. I'm gonna try and resolve this and get a bigger Krasis. Maybe they might have had dive down and wanted to see if I wasn't going to double block. Remember, they have to attack every turn or they lose the Curious Obsession. So, like, they traded 1 for 1 there, basically, right? Like, they traded their flyer for my flyer. So it's not strictly a bad play, because if they have a dive down, it gives me a chance to make a mistake and then them keep their thing. So I don't hate their play, especially if they have a dive down. Give your opponent a chance to make a mistake, and then, like, worst case, you still 1 for 1. Alright, so I'm going to lead on this to bait their counter out, and then hopefully Gates Ablaze sticks. This is 4, this is for 8. So when they counter this, I still draw 4 cards. Ah, Krasis drawing Krasis. Krasis the self-comboing. Beep beep, driving in my sheep. Hey, Rufio. Thanks for the 2-month resub, I appreciate that. Welcome back. You made these. I made these. 4 colors, guys, would be a fine deck run back. That one felt very reasonable when we played it. Does Mass Manip confuse Deckmaster? No, it looks like Deckmaster has them on the right sides here. In my preview. You've retorted my large body. Little aggro there, opponent. Little aggro. Show me potato salad. Excellent. Excellent. This matchup is hard. It is not impossible. It is definitely hard, but not impossible. As shown. I submit Exhibit A for hard, but not impossible. Was that? But that was not. I was looking for a counter spell, and when they didn't have it, they died. God God bless us, everyone. Easy, easy game, easy life, etc., etc. Thanks everyone for hanging out today, by the way. I hope everyone's having a great Friday and a great start to your weekend. There's no major Magic tournament streaming this weekend, I don't believe, so I'm probably gonna be around at some point. I need to talk to my boss tonight after I get done and find out when she wants me to stream. I'm probably gonna do all day tomorrow or all day Sunday. Not both, though. So we'll see which of the two I'd like to do. Gates Ablaze and lands that cast Gates Ablaze. Yep. Mulliganed. I always think the same thing when my opponent mulligans to 5. Mulligan to 4, mulligan to 4, mulligan to 4. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. These people are great. Buy their stuff. These people all so great. Buy their stuff. Welcome back to your regularly scheduled Magic. I actually think the Dinos deck is close to the top of the queue. Yeah, Dinos is going to be like second from the top when we finish tonight. Maybe we will do. We'll have a little bit of Declan stream over the weekend. Be ready for more snow tomorrow. Hey, I don't really leave my house. How do you sideboard against Sultai midrange? I have no idea. I have to look at it. Neo is a candy flavored protein bar. Where am I at? I am in the Midwest. Going outside, lol. Weird, the play button didn't work till I backed out and went back in. It's because I reconnected. Do you need build-around submissions approved? You can submit build-around through the form chalky, and I'll let you know if they're okay or not. All will you play this things go through the queue. The queue submission is saying, hey, will you play this? So you don't need to get an approval before you put something through there. You're flying to Chicago today? How many jackets should you bring? Yes. Yes is the answer. Well, magic. Beep, beep, it's a sheep. Sultai Chemister's Insight, huh? That's interesting. Oh, they're, maybe they're playing the Shaheen Sarani deck. They could also be Sultai Nexus. When's the next Twitch Rivals tournament? I don't know. It's a good question, though. I'd like to play another one of those. They discarded Find Finality. That implies not Nexus. One of my buddies described my deck queue in like the best way possible. Like, your deck queue is basically a free-to-play system. You either spend more money and get things quicker, or you spend your time and wait a little bit. It's like, yeah, it's basically how it works, right? It's obviously not completely free to... I guess it could technically be completely free to play if you farmed bits on Twitch watching ads. If you watched ads, it could be completely free to play. think there's a chance we've stumbled a little bit too long to be successful here. I don't know. These Krasis could drag us kicking and screaming back into this game. Yeah, I think the Temur Domri deck's currently my top deck for the competitive and I enjoy playing overlap on the Venn diagram. One month closer to a real sword, Canadorus. Thank you for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, the Raff is cheeky and bad. I'm pretty confident that if we weren't playing in an event, I'd have cut the Raff by now. Because it doesn't really do much. It feels unwinnable when they draw several hostage takers. I would recommend having them not draw hostage taker. Sultai just destroys decks like that. The games you'd beat Sultai with the Temur Climb deck are kind of, or you basically were stealing the game. You'd like have Climb and like get that going, and that the Domri deck's probably worse against Sultai than Climb was. Captain Command, thank you for the tier 3 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Unfortunate that we found Knights of Autumn after their search for Azcanta was flipping. They just got to 7 cards in their discard pile. The surge flipping probably means this is too far gone. I suppose if we stick a Guild Summit, we can maybe plow our way back in. There goes our card advantage. Yeah, you can find the Temur Domri deck on my website under Videos Favorite or Videos Standard. Awesome, Captain Command. I think we're solidly into garbage time here. I'm going to take 1 draw for a Guild Summit. I guess I'll take a redraw towards it. But yeah, we're pretty dead and gone at this point. Opponent appears to be playing a control deck. I did see your question. I answered it by typing in a command for you. So there was a command that answered your question. They discarded a Find Finality, and they had Frilled Mystic in their deck, so I don't think they're playing a Nexus deck. I think they're more of a control deck. Binding seems fine. Banefire could be fine. I've got like 6 cards I need to cut, though. I love the Sultai Super Friends list. It ended up turning out really well, Styles. I was happy with where it ended up at. I think I want to leave the Knights of Autumn in here. They didn't really have too many planeswalkers or creatures. Let's get the Maspanips. Yeah, check out there about the same time I did. We could run Ooze as the win con. Yeah, that could be the case. I don't know exactly what they're doing. It's a good chance like we're misboarded, but it's one of the benefits you get from playing a deck that's off the beaten path, like the opponent's, right? Your opponent's not going to know exactly how to sideboard. Is this considered a control deck? I would consider what we're playing a ramp deck. It's a deck that's looking to get ahead on mana with cards like Growth Spiral. Yeah, Duress me, baby. With cards like Growth Spiral and the 4-mana ramp spell, and then play large, high-quality threats ahead of time. Yeah, cleverly left my root on top of my deck. A true skill game my opponent and I play. They know I have this Gatebreaker Ram, and they shocked in that land. So I'm going to elect to not play the Gatebreaker Ram, because I feel like they probably have a cast down. Look at that, just running good duress targets off the top. Quite excellent. Carefully crafted. So I'm going to elect to play this before I Guild Summit, because I would prefer this get counterspelled to this getting counterspelled. And if this resolves, I then have Negate now to protect this when I try to resolve it. Perfect. And so now, like, next turn, assuming I don't draw an untapped land, we'll go Izzet Guildgate, tap, play Gatebreaker Ram, and then the following turn I can Guild Summit with Negate up, because getting this card resolved in this matchup is pretty important, I think. Get that consistent source of card advantage down. Huh. That actually changes the calculus on this. So because I just drew a second one, I'm going to jam the first. Opponent used Negate. It's super effective against the Gates deck. They can't cast Frilled Mystic, thanks to our friend the Basic Swamp. Okay, good guy, Basic Swamp, locking out the Frilled Mystic for us. J-Pick, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate you shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Thanks for keeping me employed. So much to be an Assassin's Trophy. Well, this does give us our 6 mana source to be able to jam Hydroid Krasis into play next turn for 4, so that's nice. Could you please explain the move there of playing the summit without negate since you do the second one? So playing the first one without counterspell backup is more reasonable when I have a second, because I now have multiple high impact cards. So if the first one resolves, it's great and that's a good payoff for us, but I care less about it not resolving because I have a follow-up that's another good play as the second one. So I can be less conservative with my resources when I have more resources that I can afford, that I have to expend. So when I have less resources, I want to be more conservative with them because I need to make my cards go further. But when I have more bombs, I can kind of just jam them because if the first one doesn't stick, the next one might. Pronounced Piche. J. Piche. So, looking for another Hydroid Krasis or Guild Summon at this point. Although the fact that they shocked this in kind of implies they do have Frilled Mystic, so Hydroid Krasis is the ideal draw, since that draws us cards even if it doesn't resolve. Hopefully we just hit a couple of high impact cards in a row, so that way they counter the first. Yeah, get out of here. That way they counter the first, then we stick the second. That eventually does something. Again, skillfully leaving the high impact card on top of our deck before they duress. Drawing it very cleverly after the duress resolves, that way they can't take it away. For those of you taking notes on playing around things, note the position of the Banefire in my deck. For those of you not good at picking up on sarcasm, that was me being facetious. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so this is getting close to lethal. Hey, it's a me, Hydroid Krasis. Look at that, had the Frilled Mystic like we thought. Don't give the Shuffler Truthers any more ideas. any deck recommendations for someone coming back to the game and looking to get better? I actually think the mono blue tempo deck is an incredibly good deck for teaching you to play better Magic. The types of games that the mono blue deck wins and plays are very different than a lot of other decks in Magic. Our hand is stacked here. Not surprising, we drew 5 cards. K-Dog, thanks for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for keeping me around. Ooh, Sphinx's Revelation. That's exciting. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna Ixalan's Binding first here so they can't Frilled Mystic my Sphinx's Revelation. For those of you that are new to Magic, Sphinx's Revelation is an old card that you pay X, draw X, so this is basically like that card. It's a throwback. For those of you that remember Sphinx's Revelation, you are old and you've been playing Magic for a long time. Whether or not that makes you feel bad is up to you, but that is the truth. What about those of you that remember Necropotence? I can only assume the people that remember Necropotence are watching me from a retirement home. God bless you. Keep the mind sharp with that Magic the Gathering. But I liked my cards. That's fine. I got a pair of the ones that are actually good. Get off my lawn. Ooh, that's a good one. This deck is really good at coming back from behind positions just because it has so many big plays. So many cards that just make for big plays. The biggest, best plays we could ever make. I think I'm just gonna jam this. So, like, playing this here lets it die to... Oh, I guess it just gets Crushing Canopied. I don't get to do anything. That's unfortunate. The problem with waiting to play this till next turn is they have Frilled Mystic up starting next turn, so they have more things that counter it starting on turn 4. Fancy Penguin, thanks for checking in with those Bezo bucks again. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me around. This is my 8-8. My 8-8's amazing. Dunk. For him, for Strip Mine, for Hypnotic Spectre, for Dark Ritual. Alright, looking for high impact cards, please. Nothing but your highest of impacts. That's not what I wanted for Christmas. I want to put Gate Colossus back on top of my deck because it's a card that they don't want to take with Thief of Sanity. That's like, hey, look at Distraction. Means they only get to look at 2 meaningful cards. Now, I really don't want to redraw Gate Colossus at this point, Ace Crusher. Why do they take the Gate Colossus? I guess Gatebreaker Ram is also bad. I wanna draw a high impact card at this point. I don't have white mana. I was like, well, we'll just cast this as a 4/3. Instead of 9 lands in play and no white mana. Yikes. Yikes. Peak Magic the Gathering. 10 lands in play, can't cast my spell. Blunderbra, thanks for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You opened it from a booster pack. Yikes. Alright, this is it. My one last shot. It's my chance to roll. No, we've been sabotaged. We've been sabotaged. Look at us. We went 3 and 2. Look at that. We can use the 3/2 emote. Shadowed Caravel. Look at that. That's a rare I didn't have. We ended up 500 gold. We farming all the gambles, chat. We farming all the gambles. This card is silly. It was actually kind of okay against mono blue, but in general, this card's just not very good. Like, flashing these in is cheeky and unnecessary. Knight of Autumn was actually pretty reasonable in a couple of spots. I like that this gave us another early thing to do that could also be a flexible answer and be proactive on occasion for us. I also didn't really mind Blink of an Eye. This card felt like on the surface, like it's a little bit of cheap interaction that also works as a tool that could like rebuy our Guild Summit or our Hydroid Krasis in the mid to late game when we want another piece of action. So that seems kind of sweet. I think overall, as far as Gates is concerned, I think I want to try taking this in the direction of not having white mana and being more focused on Teamer. Because the aggressive matchups, especially the mono blue matchup, can be hard. And I think playing things like Harpooners and Shocks could maybe help fix that. And I think on Monday, we're probably going to play an iteration of Gates that tries to address those issues.